Well, good evening, all my little Pokemons out there. Welcome to another video with Mewtwo. It's going to be another thoughts video tonight. My thoughts about fursuiting. I will give a little bit of my own personal background in this situation. Um, I started around 2003 in fursuiting. This was shortly after I went to my first furry convention, which was Eurofurence, the one in the Czech Republic. Anyone that remembers anything about the history of it, it was a very interesting year, and it was still my first furry con. I flew a long ways and rode on a rickety-ass train from where I landed in Germany to the Czech Republic, where the convention was. But I got my first view of fursuit in person, and well, I was set. I was going to make this happen. So not long after that, I bought some fabric and I made Caddy version 1.0. Not exactly something I want to bring up pictures of. He was not good, but he was my first project and I loved him for that. First time I got to go out in fursuit was at a mall not too far from where I was living in my parents' area, all by myself. I drove to the mall about a half hour away with the bodysuit on and got out of the car and put my head on and went in and walked around the mall. This was back in 2003 around Halloween, and it was a good reception. I did get a good result from people seeing me, so I can't complain. Now, I'll fast forward a good bit. I did make a couple more heads and suits and things. Not really that great, but I did start getting more fursuits. And then you start to run into the one problem. How much can you take to a convention? Now, these are really easily limited. If it's a flying convention, you really don't want to pay for more than 2 suitcases just because you're going to have fun at an event. You're not going to go, well, I'm just going to pay an extra, because most airlines, first 2 suitcases are a certain price. You add a third suitcase, it starts becoming astronomical because you're already paying them to put these suitcases in the plane. Why would you keep increasing the price? If you're going to be 50 bucks, be 50 bucks. Owns it. Owns it. And oftentimes, fursuit totes are either oversized or overweight, depending on the quality of the tote. I'm looking at you, Pelican case. You store it out in the shed, and that's where you're going to stay because you weigh half a ton and you were an oversized tote. So not only were you overweight, empty, and oversized, so it was like an extra $100 to put that in a plane from a regular suitcase. And it stays out there. So flying, you're really limited. I would definitely go with one fursuit if I was flying to a con. Guaranteed no more than that because, and I would have to pick and choose which one was feasible. Like Mewtwo here, his padding, his tail filler is gigantic. It is a giant foam porno plenty. It would not fit in a normal suitcase, period. There aren't any easy ways to deal with that, so no, that would not be on a flying con. I'd probably take someone like either Caddy or Pixie or Cherry, because they can easily be broken down. But the other option is a driving convention, which is pretty much anything I go to at this point. I don't tend to fly to cons because, especially where I live, there's enough cons and short enough driving distance. If I needed more con time, I could find a con to go to. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which means I'm only about 2 to 3 hours from Chicago, to maybe 5 hours from MFM. I think there was the one up in Michigan. I forget what its name is, but that's only a couple hours. There's Indie FurCon, that's an hour. Anthrocon, which I tend to go to, is about a 5-hour drive and means excuse to visit my parents. Visit your parents' kids. Remember, visit parents. Call your parents. Parents love you. They miss you. Why aren't you calling your mom right now? Stop this video. Call your mom. Tell her you love her. Go. As long as she's still alive, and if she's not, I apologize for telling you to call your mom. Anyway, now when we go to a driving convention, we're a lot less limited. We have a car. It's just the two of us. It's a hatchback, a smaller station wagon. We have a Dodge Caliber, so I can fit a good bit of stuff in there. But we still have 2 people worth of stuff, and you gotta deal with getting all the stuff out, packing all the stuff, getting the stuff there, getting the stuff up to the hotel room, unpacking the stuff in the hotel room, not taking up all of the hotel room because there's 2 other people in that hotel room and we can't fill it up just with our stuff. We room for their stuff, and to be able to move around and to be able to access any of this stuff. Did I say stuff enough? I think I said stuff a few times. Stuff. Okay. Anyway, on average, for a larger convention where we're going to be there for several days, both me and Autumn will pack 2 suits each. Because, well, we have the space in the vehicle, and just in case something were to go wrong, or you went out fursuiting early in the day and you want to go out in the evening and your head's still sweaty, this would give you the option of going out with fursuit number 2 that you brought. Also, this gives you some variety, depending on your mood. Maybe I brought Mewtwo. Oh, aren't I cute? Don't you just want me to be out all the time? But then you feel like being something different, and you'd want to bring something that had, I don't know, fluffiness, because he's not really fluffy. So then I'd try and bring something a little different, like my bunny Daisy, which you've seen a few times on this channel here. I use her a lot because she's really easy to talk in. Also, if bringing something that's big and bulky and take up half the car, like Mewtwo's butt, bringing a second suit that's a little easier to pack, like Daisy or Caddy, is kind of a plus too. That way I may have filled up half the car with him, but I can fill up maybe less than half a suitcase or tote with Caddy. And then it can be a line, whatever. You know, well, best of both worlds. But you get a lot of grief from people because you're going to convention and you're not bringing the suit that they particularly want to see of yours when you own too many. I own about a dozen costumes at this point. I'm not entirely sure what I classify at this point as a fursuit or what is considered mine or his. So sometimes the line's a little blurry as to what is and isn't mine, or a fursuit. So you'll get the people like, well, why didn't you bring this one with you or that one with you? Or like, I only have so many hours at a convention. You also have to remember to take time to eat food and going to the dealer's room. They're actually wanting to shop because I like to be able to actually shop and have money when I go there occasionally. Yeah, I'll do the walkthrough with fursuit at least once or twice because that's fun. But I do like to go there and be able to spend some of that money I saved up to buy stupid stuff. Stupid stuff that I want. Not complaining. I like that stupid stuff. Also make sure and save room in the car for the trip home for said stupid stuff. You filled out 100% with fursuit on the way there. No room to bring crap home. Bring stuff home. Pay those dealers. They need money. They need money because that's their job. Now, besides the fact that I can't be every fursuit I am at every convention, not only is there not enough space in the car, there's not enough time in the day, especially on a hot day like an Anthrocon, which is in July. You're gonna need some time out of suit in air conditioning. it's not really healthy to suit for the entirety of the convention. Water's your friend. Drink water. drink water, get air conditioning, take a shower. Very important. Take a shower. But specifically more when you do see me in fursuit and it's a convention. I haven't seen you for a year or so, probably, since I don't get out much because I'm a hermit. Uh, remember, I can't, I don't remember faces perfectly. And if you change it all in a year, even better. I'm going to have more trouble figuring out who you are. Number two, I wear glasses. They're over there right now. They don't fit in here. One fursuit I own, I can definitely wear my glasses in, but they fog up, so I don't even wear them in that one. Another one I might be able to fit. Mini, I think I can get on with my glasses, but it's kind of weird wedging in there and not smashing my face and breaking my glass in the process, so I haven't tried it yet. So I can see moderately well up to about 10 feet. I can see enough to get around. I'm not deadly blind. In fact, I'm looking at myself on the monitor right now as I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, he's a cute little Mewtwo there. I like watching him. Now, so I can see well enough. I can figure out it's a person. I can figure out up to 10 feet, like about what color hair they are, guess which gender they are. That's hard even with my glasses on sometimes, so don't get mad at me if I say the wrong one. It's not my fault. I don't know these things. I'm a dumb Pokemon. So 10 feet away, sitting there in a convention hotel, not waving at me or anything, even waving at me, I don't necessarily notice you or know who you are. Oh, look, it's that skinny guy who has hair and he's, I don't know, wearing a shirt. I don't know who you are. There are 6,000 people or more at this convention. You could be anyone for all I know. It's just I could rule out probably a dozen people I can think of that you definitely aren't because you're a skinny person and then you're definitely not the fat person. That's about it. Even people I know really well. 10 feet away, no glasses, in a fursuit head. It's like looking through a screen on a house door plus lack of glasses. So, yeah. No. If you see me and want me to recognize your existence, two things will really help. One, come up to me and say, hi. I don't bite, unless you want me to. But no, I don't bite. No teeth. Two, saying hi helps. Then I recognize you're actually wanting my attention. Otherwise, I don't know you're wanting my attention, or I don't even know you were there. Two, say your name. Particularly whatever name I'd actually know you by. If you come up as Spring Weasel on Twitter and that's the only place I ever know you, you come up and tell me you're Fire Ferret, I don't know who the heck you are. You could, great. So you're a person I don't know who is? Awesome. Awesome. Also helpful, don't act weird if I look down at your con badge and like stare at it with the corner of my eye because, well, for Mewtwo, I see out of right there, not out of this scene, not this. So if I'm bending down and looking at your con badge, I'm trying to figure out if I know you. Which can usually be helpful when you're trying to have got my attention and make me recognize that I know you. Some people even know, but like they got a different haircut or I don't like recognize their voice very well because also kind of like having earmuffs on because you have like a packed on hunk of foam on your head. You're not necessarily hearing someone's voice clearly, so I'm not recognizing you very well. You got a haircut. Haven't seen you in over a year. Your face has changed shape a little bit. I can't hear you. We're just on guess mode right now. Also, if possible, try to use the same name in places. I tend to always use Cadpig Jr. or Caddy on anything I break down. So if you see that name, I know my name. I know where I'm looking at. And then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have a funny name on my badge. You're not helping me. I can't figure this stuff out. Unless you really want to hide, in which case that's cool. It's if you're not one to be bugged by all the people and you just put on something stupid like Bumweasel or something, just because you don't want everyone to know that you're some popular artist or something. You just want to have personal space. That's cool. Don't expect me to figure out who you are when I'm in fursuit and you put Bumweasel on your tag, because I don't know who Bumweasel is. I don't know. It's not me. Not my head. Um, um, but more back towards fursuiting. I do like to be in fursuit. I tend to not talk in public. In videos here, I've been talking, which is kind of a first for me. I tend to. I'm from the older generation. We didn't talk in fursuit when I started. It wasn't a thing. Also, we always tried to cover all the human we could. If something snuck out, we actually tended to feel bad about it. So I was brought in with natural fursuit guilt. So I try to make sure I cover up. I feel bad if, say, my sleeve has come up during a video and I realize I got a little person sticking out. I try to keep my arms down enough so you wouldn't notice. So in fursuit, you're not going to see me talking too much. I might now. Now that I've been doing it, it seems a little bit okay. So, especially since people are now recognizing my voice to this fursuit. What all 35 of you that are subscribers, so at least 35 of you will probably notice. Hey there, 35. We love all of you. Now, I also like to wear things on fursuits a lot. Some of my fursuits are fine naked. Some I like to wear clothes on. Some I wear more with clothes than without, as the fact that I might even skip wearing part of the fursuit to wear clothes. A couple of my suits I have made partializable so that they have ability to be like just sleeves and a bit of top of the chest, so I can wear dresses. I refer to it as a muffin top. I've mentioned that before in a video, but muffin top I named because it goes to the top of your muffins. Especially when wearing a dress, and extra especially when wearing a corset. Yeah, it looks like I got muffins, so muffin top. Also, again, adding on to that, if you do see me in a dress and you notice I'm moving a little slower than all the other fursuiters, I might be in a corset because, sometimes, which means I have a little bit reduction of air intake. This is not necessarily a recommendation of things to do, wearing a restrictive garment when you're already having a restrictive air system with added heat. I do it because I practiced it and I do enjoy the feeling of it, and I like the look. I feel like it adds to if I'm trying to be a more feminine body shape. It gives me a good in and out on both the top and the bottom. So if you do it, do it. If you don't. Just don't do it to the point it's painful. Do it to where it's comfortable. I look at it as kind of a satiny hug that stays on you for the entirety of it being there. I will admit, though, almost every time I take it off after having worn it for a long time, it's like an involuntary deep breath happens. It's all of a sudden I go, I'm like, oh, I had all that extra airspace in there. Wow, I kind of missed that. Oh, air on the brain, that's useful. Oh, air's good. Air's good. Air's good. I've been rambling for quite a while, haven't I? So, in general, fursuiting is fun. Try not to overburden yourself. I'm not saying it's for everyone. I know a lot of people that shouldn't do it because they already have heat problems as it is, and a lot of the cons they like to go to are in the summer, and that's not exactly a pleasant way to learn that you don't like the $2,000 to $5,000 investment you just made on a partial. I'm not really a good at sharing kind of person, so I'm not the person you'd want to ask to borrow a fursuit from so much. Um, but if you do have a friend that you're really close with, and maybe they'll let you try on something, maybe they'll let you go out on a con one day in their suit, that might be a good way to figure out if you like fursuiting more than not. Uh, and gets you a good look at different makers. Always do shop around if you're looking for stuff. Don't just go for, well, everybody else has Flufflefox fursuit. I need to get a Flufflefox fursuit because Flufflefox makes the best fursuits. No one else could possibly make anything better than Flufflefox. Then you get it and you'll see someone else with a Wheezy Fox fursuit. You're like, oh, why did I go with Wheezy Fox? They're so much better than Flufflefox. And I only, just look around. There's plenty of makers. People get better all the time. Some people get worse over time. Most people do tend to get better or at least stagnate at worst. I've owned fursuits from quite a few different makers besides my own self. My God, this one's made by Midori or Suitadile, and she did a lovely job. You can get a cute little bug here, you cute door yonder. A lot of times it comes down to is detail more important. This has detail all around the yin yang. Or is a comfort issue more important? Now, this is definitely one of my most comfortable heads once it's on, but it does take a little more effort to get my noggin in there because big head, and it's a form-fitting head, so plus and minuses. Fursuiting's fun, not for everybody. Most people can enjoy it. Don't blow your wad on it. Don't go into debt for it. If you do want a fursuit, save up. Make sure you get art or whatever you want to get done if you're going to get it done custom. Or if you just want to get something that's already pre-made, shop around. Look, keep an eye on the fur bids and the fur buys and fur boodles and fur auction, fur whatever. So many of those sites out there at this point, or have been. I don't know. I don't shop enough anymore. I don't have space. I am full on costumes. I own too much stuff. Well, fursuits are fun. I really recommend it if you feel like trying it. Do it. It's amazing when you do go out in public and people see you, especially the normals. It can be magical if a normal sees you and you're in something that they kind of recognize, like an animal in general they recognize, or a video game character they might recognize and go, oh, and they'll want to get a picture with you. Those are the best moments. Seeing a normal light up, especially a normal child light up when they see a character. You're making Disney World happen without the $100 plus entrance fee for the day. You're walking up to a kid for free, giving them a photo with an amazing character, giving them a hug, and making them feel like $1 million. Never a bad feeling. Never a bad feeling. Screamers, on the other hand, ugh. Don't force your kids to go up and see the costumes if they don't want to. That does not make for good results. That ends up just traumatizing the child, making them not want to see the costumes ever again. If they want to approach us, awesome. Let them do so. We're happy to see you. We're happy to get a photo with you. Give you a hug. Let you know you're important. We're VIP for you, not you for us. We're here to support you, the guest. Well, I think I've babbled enough about fursuits for tonight. I might do more of this later because, well, it's a bigger topic than just one video, I would say. So for now, I want to thank all of you for watching. And I'm going to stare into you aimlessly as I come to end this. You all be good little Pokemons. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any opinions or any extra things you want to add, please do so in the comments. I'd like to hear them. And they might help me in a future video. So for now, thank you for watching, and all of you be good tonight.